Mr. Teret, what do you have to say to the victims? Was Jimmy Savile party to any of the crimes, Mr. Teret?
He was the man who fixed it for Jim. As a friend and flatmate, Ray Teret knew Jimmy Savile as well as anyone. He shared his secrets and his predatory behaviour towards young girls, as this woman discovered after being groomed and raped by Teret when she was just 14.
I didn't have a clue about how he'd taken advantage of my vulnerability, how he groomed me, how he'd used his knowledge as an adult to manipulate me and make me feel that everything was fine.
Prosecutors in Teret's case paid tribute to the women who had given evidence.
The victims in this case have lived with the reality of what Ray Teret did for many years. It's had a significant impact upon their lives, personally, professionally and socially. In some cases, it has had devastating consequences.
Un momento! This is me. Let me introduce you to Ray Teret.
Long after his 60s heyday had passed, this was Teret's attempt to secure a television career. But according to the man who produced the showreel, the DJ had a somewhat inflated idea of his own charms.
He always seemed a bit of a fantasist. Certainly he thought he was totally irresistible.
Despite the unfortunate nickname Ugly, Teret was keen to promote himself as a sex symbol, an idea that may have been dismissed as comical had it been confined to his own imagination.
I was told that Savile had donned his balaclava and they'd gone out in one of their cars, parked outside the bus station, and were sort of eyeing up young girls from the local grammar school.
He may have had access to the brightest celebrities of the day, but away from the cameras, Teret was singling out vulnerable, starstruck young girls drawn to the apparently glamorous world of 60s club life. One said she was raped at the age of 15 by Teret while Savile was in the same flat. It was publicity about Savile's crimes following his death that prompted the victims to come forward to report Teret.
He told me he'd done me a favour. That's what he said to me. Those were his words, you know. You can go now and you can go with who you like. You'll be absolutely fine and you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's like he'd done me a good turn.
Ray Teret told police that he didn't know most of the women who came forward and had never met them. But one of his victims remembers seeing messages on his bedroom walls, and when police removed the wallpaper many years later, there they still were. Ray Teret is said to have regarded his nickname as the ironic description of an attractive man. Ugly he certainly was by name. Little did his fans realise how ugly he was by nature. Mike McCarthy, Sky News, Manchester.